Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to go under the hood to see how your habits actually tick. We're going to uncover that hidden code that runs your daily life, and this is the best part, how you can learn to rewrite it. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever pulled into your driveway and then suddenly realized you have absolutely no memory of the last 10 minutes of driving? Like the turns, the traffic lights, it's all just a total blank? So what is going on there? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Your brain just switched over to autopilot. And no, this isn't some kind of glitch. It's a built-in feature, a really brilliant one, that's designed to take all those repetitive behaviors off your conscious plate. It's all about saving that precious mental energy. But why? Why does our brain even have this autopilot mode in the first place? To really get what's happening when it takes over, we need to pop the hood and take a look at the actual machinery of habit. See, deep inside your brain, there's this structure called the basal ganglia. The best way to think of it is as your brain's own personal efficiency expert. Its entire job is to watch your routines and then, piece by piece, turn them into automatic habits. And that frees up the rest of your brain to tackle new challenges. And this whole process, according to researchers, creates behaviors that are automatic and pretty much unconscious. The goal here is simple: conserve energy. Once a habit is formed, our attention can be focused somewhere else. And that is exactly why you can drive home while at the same time planning what to make for dinner or thinking about a project at work. Now, this whole energy-saving process, it's not random at all. It actually follows a simple but incredibly powerful and predictable pattern. And I promise you, once you see it, you're going to start noticing it absolutely everywhere in your own life. As author Charles Duhigg popularized, every single habit you have, good or bad, is governed by this three-step loop. First, there's a cue, which is the trigger. That cue needs to a routine, which is the behavior itself. And it all ends with a reward, which tells your brain, hey, that was good, let's remember this for next time. But here's the secret sauce that powers this whole loop: craving. You see, it's not just the reward at the end that drives the habit, it's the anticipation of that reward, that feeling, that is the craving. And it's what makes this loop spin automatically. Let's look at this in action with a super modern example. The cue, your phone buzzes. Just that little vibration from your pocket. Your brain instantly knows that trigger. The routine, it's that automatic, almost unconscious action of pulling out your phone and checking it. You don't even have to think about it. Your hand is probably already moving. And the reward? It's that little burst of novelty, maybe a bit of social connection, a piece of new information. That little dopamine hit tells your basal ganglia, yep, that was worth it, lock it in. And just like that, the habit loop gets a tiny bit stronger. Okay, so here's the most crucial point in all of this. Once you understand the code, you can start to rewrite it. You don't have to just be a victim of your own programming, you can become the programmer. This brings us right to what Duhigg calls the golden rule of habit change. It's brilliant. The idea is that you can't really eliminate an old cue, and your brain is still going to crave that reward. But what you can do is consciously swap out the routine. So in this example, the cue is feeling stressed at 3 p.m. The reward you're really craving is just a break. So instead of eating a cookie, you substitute a quick walk around the block. You get the same reward, but with a whole new routine. So the golden rule gives us this amazing tool to operate on individual habits. But what if we zoom out? Hacking one habit is powerful, for sure, but creating an entire system for improvement, that is a total game changer. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, has this great line. He argues that if you're having trouble changing, the problem isn't you, it's your system. Goals are about the results you want to achieve, but systems are about the processes that get you there. Think about it. Winners and losers often have the exact same goals. It's their systems that make all the difference. His core idea is so simple, but it's incredibly profound. Just focus on getting 1% better every single day. That desire for some massive, overnight transformation is usually what leads to failure. Because these tiny, what he calls atomic changes, they might seem completely insignificant in the moment, but they compound into truly remarkable results over time. It's just like compound interest. A small, consistent investment in your habits pays off with huge dividends down the road. So, how do we build a system that automates these 1% improvements? Well, there's a surprisingly simple and scientifically backed tool for that exact thing. It's a psychological concept called an implementation intention.
I know, that sounds really complicated, but it's just a formal name for creating a specific plan of action before a situation ever comes up.
It boils down to this really simple but incredibly powerful formula. If this situation happens, then I will perform this action. You're not waiting for motivation to strike out of the blue. You're preloading your future behavior. You're essentially creating a new habit loop on purpose.
And get this, research shows that people who write down these if-then plans are dramatically more likely to follow through on everything from exercising and healthy eating to studying and even voting. You're giving your brain a clear, automatic path to follow when a specific cue appears.
So the key takeaway from all of this is that your habits are not your destiny. They are simply a system, that neurological loop of cue, routine, and reward that your brain has automated. And by understanding that system, you gain the power to consciously and deliberately rebuild it.
And that leaves us with one final practical question. Forget overhauling your entire life. What is the one tiny 1% improvement you can engineer for yourself right now? What single if-then plan will you write down today?